was bad.
Okay, so 3.7, determinants.
Oh, I don't like that.
This is what we're doing today, determinants and Kramer's rule. Okay, determinants and Kramer's rule. Love this thing right here. What? It is so stinking cool. Okay? Like y'all know Kramer, right?
No.
Kramer off of Seinfeld?
No. Never seen it.
What? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all need to go watch some Seinfeld. Seinfeld is hilarious. Okay, it's really not him, but I like to think it was. But anyway, okay, so today we're just going to do determinants. Are you ready? Here's what a determinant is.
What was that little person for?
That's Kramer.
Oh.
Y'all never seen Kramer off Seinfeld, so you don't know. His hair stands up really high, and he's crazy. Mine did. Determinant. A determinant, did I say that? A determinant is a real number. What? It's just a real number. But he is associated with a matrix. Very important right now. The matrix must be square. It's hip to be square. Y'all know that song?
No.
Oh my word. Oh, poor children. All right, so yeah, so 4x4, which we're not touching, because when we touch the 3x3, you're already going to go, what? All right, so 2x2s and 3x3s are what we do, but it has to be a square matrix. Okay, so listen to me. All right, if they ask you to find the determinant of a 2x3, what are you going to say?
No.
Not possible, right? Why?
Because it's not a square.
There you go. It's not a square matrix. Okay? It's not a square matrix. So only 2x2s, 3x3s, 4x4s, and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to do a 4x4. I'm going to show you about a 2x2 first. Okay? So let's say this is matrix A. He is first row AB, second row CD. Okay? This means the determinant. It looks like a little absolute value sign, or they can write it. The determinant of matrix A is equal to. All right, are you ready for the secret?
No, sure.
It is down minus up. Down minus up. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you. This is down. A times D. Minus, do you see up? This is up. C times B. And that will be the number that will represent your determinant. All right, anybody got a question? What?
Why is it not A and C? Why does it go like?
Because it just goes in a diagonal. The down diagonal minus the up diagonal. That's just the way you find it. Okay? Now listen to me. Next week, you are going to have 2 tests. One of them is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to show you how to do everything on the calculator. And then Friday, you're going to take the calculator test. It's just one day. Okay?
It's just everything stuff.
But we can do this in the calculator. I'm going to show you how to do it in the calculator. But you're not having a calculator in Tuesday, Wednesday's test. Okay? All right, so here we go. Let's try. Are you ready? Example 1. Let's do A. We're going to find the value of the determinant. Okay? Find the value of the determinant. So, A, here's my matrix. We'll do this one together, okay? And then I'll give you the next one and let you do it by yourself. 5, 4, 3, 1. All right? So the value of the determinant. Down minus up. The one thing I'll say is if you're using pencils and drawing these lines and stuff, be very careful, because sometimes you'll run through a sign and then you'll block it out and you won't see it anymore. Okay, so it is down is 5 times 1, right? Minus up is 3 times 4. Are you with me? Yes? What's 5 times 1? Minus 3 times 4? What's 5 minus 12? Negative 7. That's my answer. You got it? That's pretty easy, isn't it? Okay, so here's yours. You're going to try this one. 6, the first row is 6, negative 3, and 4, 2. Find the value of the determinant. Okay, so you should have said 6 times 2 minus negative 3 times 4, right? So what's 6 times 2?
12.
Minus, what's negative 3 times 4?
Negative 12.
What's minus a negative going to be?
Plus a positive 12.
And what's 12 plus 12?
24.
Boom. Anybody got a question? What about this one?
No square.
No what? No, I refuse to do it?
Yes. It's not also there, you can't do it.
It's not possible, right? Why? Not a square matrix.
Is not possible as in there's no solution.
Yeah, normally when you think about a solution, you think about solving for something, okay? And you're not really solving for something, although I guess you are finding something. Okay? All right, so now what do we need to look at? A 3 by 3? Okay, so here's the first one. You need to write neat, guys, okay? If you're sloppy, you'll mess up. So my first row is 2, negative 1, negative 3. My second row is 4, 1, 0. And my last row is 3, negative 4, negative 2. Okay, so the first thing that you notice is this is the only diagonal that pulls all 3 in, pulls 3 numbers in. Notice that when we did the 2 by 2, every diagonal had 2 and every number was used. Do you agree? Okay, so now we're kind of losing that. So what we do is we take the first 2 columns and you write them over right here. Take the first 2 columns and you copy them over outside of here. So 2, 4, 3, and negative 1, 1, negative 4. All right, anybody got a question? Okay, so it's still going to be the same rule, okay? Except it's going to be like down, okay? Because you're going to have more than 1, minus, okay? So let's go down. So down, down, down. Now, when I did that, did I use this 4 and negative 4? See them right there? Did I use this 3? He's right here. Okay? So that's the way I use all of the numbers. All right? Now, some hints about multiplying numbers. When I have a 1 in there, do I have to think about the 1?
No.
No. 1 times anything is just that thing, so I don't even think about 1s. Okay? If I have a 0 in there, what am I?
0.
Yeah, we're happy, happy, happy because it's just 0. All right? When I multiply things, I'm going to try when I multiply to make things that end in a 0 because that's going to be easier to multiply. For instance, if I had 6 times 5 times 4, I would either multiply 5 times 4 and get 20 times 6 is 120, or I would multiply 6 times 5 and get 30 and multiply that by 4 and get 120. You see what I'm saying? But I'm trying to make zero. I'm trying to get something that ends in a zero. It'll be easier to multiply. Okay, so let's do the down stuff. All right? So I always think it's easier because I don't want to be thinking about signs to count the signs. If the number of negative signs is an odd number, then my answer is what?
Negative.
Negative. If the number of negative signs is an even number, then my answer is positive. So I have one negative sign, so what do I know?
It's negative.
It's negative. And what's 2 times 2?
4.
4. Now we'll do the second one. What's the second one?
0.
0. Got a big stinking 0. So I don't care if you plus or minus 0, you still haven't done anything. Okay? On the last down one, there's 2 negatives, so that means my answer is positive. Let's see, you could go 3 times 4 is 12, times 4 is 48, or you could go 4 times 4 is 16, times 3 is 48. Either way, it's 48. Minus, now we're going to go up, up, up. So, up, up, up. Okay, so this first diagonal right here, I have one negative sign, so my answer is negative, and 3 times 3 is 9. I don't care about the 1. My second up diagonal, what's my answer? 0. Love a 0. All right? My last one, I have 2 negative signs, so my answer is positive. And 2 times 4 is 8. All right? So over here, what's 48 minus 4? 44 minus. What's negative 1 and 8? I mean negative 9 and 8.
Negative 1.
Same answer. What's the opposite of negative 1?
Positive.
Minus a negative 1. However you want to look at it. And 44 and 1 make 45. Okay? Do you want me to let you try one?
Yeah.
Just to make sure, and then I'll let you have the rest of the time to work on your worksheet, okay? So, here's the one that you're going to try. My first row, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. My second row, 5, negative 8, 1. And my last row, 2, 4, and 3.
It hurt.
Can't believe you just have one.
These are the good ones. You want those? You take all those.
You're welcome. I did it right here. I said 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. 6 times 8 is 48. 1 negative. Negative 48. 4. I'll make a 10. 10 times 3. You see what I mean about making zeros? It's the same thing when you're adding a whole bunch of numbers together. You try to make zeros out of the numbers, okay? It'll just make it easier. So this becomes negative 24 plus 64. So that's 40, right? And this becomes negative 48 plus 34. And so what is that? Negative 14? So plus minus the negative 14. So my answer 54. Is that what y'all got? All right. Okay. All right, so you can work on your worksheet. All right, the rest of the class period, you can do everything except the last 4 problems. Okay, it's due Thursday.